guilty verdict this afternoon in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. Noragay Banton reports.
The 7-member jury of 3 women and 4 men was this afternoon instructed by Justice Chester Stamp to deliberate and return a verdict. Justice Stamp told the jurors at 19 minutes after 2 this afternoon to take as long as they wish. He informed them that they're not under any pressure with time. At 3:24 p.m., just 1 hour and 5 minutes later, the jury had reached its verdict. Guilty. It was unanimous. Beachy Stout's co-accused Oscar Barnes was also found guilty in connection with the murder. For the charge of conspiracy to murder, Beachy Stout and Barnes were found guilty. Tonia's mother, who was present in the courtroom as the verdicts were being read, broke down in tears. As the verdict was being read, Beachy Stout stared straight ahead. His lower lip trembled. Beachy Stout and Barnes have been on trial in the Home Circuit Court since September 2023. Tonia's partially burnt body was found in her car, which had been set ablaze in Sherwood Forest, Portland, on July 20, 2020. Her body had multiple stab wounds and her throat was slashed. The men will be sentenced on May 16. Noragay Banton for Nationwide News.
Justice was certainly done. Those were the words of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, in reacting to the unanimous guilty verdict. The DPP had words of praise for the investigators, her Deputy Director and co-counsel for their work.
Well, first of all, my commendations to the police investigators who prepared a good case, good investigation, and they worked with the senior prosecutors from this office to assist with negotiating a plea deal with the main witness, Mr. Minot. And commendations, great commendations to my Deputy Director and my Crown Counsel, Miss Sophia Rowe and Mr. Luke Cook.
The DPP hopes the result of the case will help restore faith in the country's justice system.
Justice, I believe, was certainly done. It was a tragic case. My condolences, which I've already given to the family of the deceased. But although the journey was long, I hope it shows a lot of people in Jamaica that the jury system, the administration of justice is alive and well.
Paula Llewellyn, Director of Public Prosecutions.
Meanwhile, Tonia's mother, Sonia Davis Hamilton, says she's happy with the verdict.
I was in there having anxiety attack, I tell you, waiting for this verdict. I am happy about the verdict, very much so, because this has been for so long and this family has gone through so much trauma, because I have lost my husband as well and I was shot as well and left to dead in the car with my husband. Based on how things go, like he was the person, same person that tried to kill us, that tried to kill both of us. So I'm happy about the verdict.
Sonia Davis Hamilton, the mother of Tonia Hamilton MacDonald, and Tonia's sister, Nicole Hamilton Linton, says she's happy that the culprits will be paying for their crimes.
I'm feeling overjoyed at the verdict because we have been waiting for this for a long time. It has been 6 months of waiting and waiting and waiting. And as my mommy said, we have been through it. We have been through it, counseling and all. I'm happy, but it won't bring my sister back. But I'm happy that the culprits will be serving time, and I hope it's time that they will spend to reflect and to know that they have taken out a human being and that she was loved. So we just want to spend time now healing as a family and try to bring ourselves back to some semblance of normalcy, for want of a better word, because we will never be normal and we will never ever be the same.
Nicole Hamilton Linton, the sister of Tonia Hamilton MacDonald.
And one of the lawyers representing Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald, Earl Hamilton, says a guilty verdict for his client was unexpected.
Well, let me say that it has been a long trial, and we have to accept, or we have heard the verdict. It is one that we did not expect. You know, we were very positive in the defense we put forward, but for now, We just have to go with what the jury has decided, and we will see what happens after the sentence.
Earl Hamilton, attorney representing Everton MacDonald.
In the meantime, Oscar Barnes Vincent Wellesley expressed disappointment in the guilty verdict against his client. He believes the 7-member jury was misled.
I'm very disappointed that the jury returned a verdict of guilty in relation to Mr. Barnes. I do not believe that the evidence was sufficient for them to have returned with such a verdict. My impression, though, having listened to the summation and having discerned at least 7 grounds of appeal, my view is that the jurors were misdirected.
Mr. Wellesley is also dissatisfied with the judge's summary of the trial.
I don't believe that the summation was an unbiased summation. And so I know not why they returned a verdict of guilty, but I was not satisfied with the summation. I have seen several grounds that I saw or that I deduced in listening to the summation. I have discerned at least 7 grounds of appeal. I do not know who's going to do the appeal, but any lawyer who's going to do the appeal will have a field day where they go to the Court of Appeal.
In respect of Oscar Barnes?
In respect of Mr. Oscar Barnes.
Vincent Wellesley, one of the attorneys representing Oscar Barnes.
And still in the courts, the alleged